The Union Oyster House in Boston is America's oldest continuously operating restaurant. It first opened for business in 1826, and in the early days, its clients included the statesman Daniel Webster, while in the 1950s, it was a favorite of future American President John F. Kennedy. As the restaurant's owner, Joe Milano, explains, there is still a Kennedy booth in the Union Oyster House today.
Kennedy, when he was a congressman and a senator, so we go back into the 1950s, he served as a congressman and then as a senator for a 1 or 2 term. So we go into the period of 1959. During the 50s, he would come to the Oyster House on Sundays, and he would spread his newspapers out, and he would enjoy a lobster stew. And he came here, it was a restaurant that he enjoyed, and he felt, I think, a solitude. He came alone, and thus the stories have been written about Kennedy and the Kennedy booth, and the booth that he preferred to sit in.
We then asked Joe Milano to name his own favorite dish.
Favorite dish? If I was going to come to the Oyster House, I probably would enjoy first sitting at the Oyster Bar. So we're in the old original. We're at the bar that Daniel Webster made quite famous. I would probably have a half a dozen oysters. I would certainly enjoy the clam chowder. Clam chowder is very well known, and so I would start that way. I certainly would enjoy to have lobster. Lobster is prepared in many different ways. I certainly would enjoy the aspects of having it a lobster scampi style. So I would even suggest that tonight as one of your dishes. Very well done.
Over here you can see Speak Up Explains, and it explains some terms of things, or maybe a bit of history about the terms used, like Kennedy booth, very well done, and so forth. You can read those. They're in Spanish. And down here we have explanations: rare, medium, and well done. Now I'll go up into the upper part here. The story is very short and very easy, and there's not too many words you probably do not understand. We have some here that are in red, and those are generally things you might not understand, so they will give you a Spanish equivalent word for that. We'll take a look at that. We'll hit on the word spread. They have like to spread out, okay. Spread his newspaper means that he would lay it on the table and open it up to read it, okay. In other words, to say out, you take a look at that, and it's all in that one explanation, okay. Then you go down to the word stew, and you see that there's the Spanish word for that, and this little phrase here, and thus the stories, okay. So that covers the reading part and the listening to this video. Now we'll go to some exercises. We have a quiz on the article. Decide if the following statements are true or false. Number 1, the Union Oyster House is America's oldest restaurant. Number 2, Robert Kennedy used to eat at the Union Oyster House. Number 3, Joe Milano says 6 oysters is one of his favorite dishes. And number 4, the clam chowder is the Union Oyster House best kept secret. Number 5, on Sundays, J.F. Kennedy would talk and eat oysters. Number 6, a booth consists of a bench and a table. Number 7, Kennedy felt at home at the Oyster House. On a separate sheet of paper, put down the numbers and the answers opposite. Then check them against what I will now give you as the answers. Number 7 is true. Number 6 is false. Number 5 is false. Number 4 is false. Number 3 is true. Number 2 is false. One reason why Robert Kennedy is the brother of John Kennedy. It was John Kennedy that used to eat at the restaurant. And number 1, the Union Oyster House is false. Okay, place the following topics in the order in which they appeared in the article. Now, if you need to reread the article for any of these questions, you can go back and play the first part over as many times as you would like to. And it's a good idea to keep doing it again and again in order to get the pronunciation and the rhythm of the article. Number 1, open for business. 2, John F. Kennedy. 3, lobster stew. 4, Kennedy stories. 5, the menu. And finally, 6, clam chowders. Pause this video, answer the questions, and then now I'm going to give you the answers. But answer the questions before I give you the answers. As you can see, 1 is open for business. 2, John F. Kennedy. 3, lobster stew. 4, Kennedy stories. 5, the menu. And 6, clam chowder. Here we have some statements. You can insert them to drag and drop these, but you can't do it in this program. What you need to do is just write down the answers you think are true for this. I love mangoes, but I usually need to use a blank afterwards. She blanked all her bills and wondered which to pay first. A blank is a unique and respected politician. We will have beef blank for supper tonight, like it or not. And finally, a typical Arab blank is stuffed vine leaves. Pause the video, answer the questions. For now, I'm going to give the answers. I love mangoes. I usually need to use a toothpick. Afterwards, a toothpick is that which you use to clean between your teeth. Most restaurants provide them. She spread out all her bills and wondered which to pay. Spread out means she laid it down on the table, then opened up or put her bills all on the table where she could see them all at one time. A statesman is a unique and respected politician. Okay. We will have beef stew for supper tonight, like it or not. A typical Arabic dish is stuffed vine leaves. Here, you need to recognize, out of a few letters, what ones you need to put in, what vowels you need, only the vowels, to make these words, these letters into words. You can pause this and try to put it down, because these are words that were in the article. So if you read the article and sort of remember what it was all about, or knew the words, you could answer this. For now, right now, I will give you the answers. The first is period. Next is booth, lobster, menu, senator, oysters. That completes the quiz. I hope you had fun doing that. And that ends this presentation.